Hey everybody, so we are back again at the Red Dress Awards. We had so much fun last year. Vera and I are here again, and we're so excited to be here now with Richard, who we are excited to meet you. We're
Top
big
Chef fans.
Oh,
big
right on,
fans.
very cool.
We are. And
now,
so,
Top Chef fans or Richard Blais fans?
Is there any
other way?
The latter, of course.
Okay, both.
Please.
You can do both. I guess you can be both.
So we love that you're working with Campbells.
Yeah,
and we're all about heart-healthy recipes. So we're moms, and we would love if you can share some of your tips with us.
Okay, sure. You know, working with Campbells for the Address Your Heart campaign, and I'm a dad, right? Kind of a newish dad. So I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So it's obviously very important for me to cook heart-healthy and delicious food for my family. But because I'm a professional chef, also like cook exciting food as well.
Right.
So the tips that I've been talking about over the last number of appearances and weeks are, one, of course, eat more fresh vegetables. That's like the easiest one.
Yep.
And then you can use a lot of ingredients that are already in your pantry to sort of stack those flavors of vegetables.
You're good at that. I'm not good at that.
Kind of improv cooking.
Yeah,
she's really good at it.
I just cook it whatever's
That's the
in
way
the
to do
kitchen.
it, right? It's very fluid.
Right.
And so like using a low sodium spicy hot V8 has been, there's a recipe I'm doing called Bouillon Blais. So it's supposed to be Bouillon Blais. It's usually dead air.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
But what I'm doing is, instead of using like tomato water or tomato juice, I'm using the low sodium V8.
Smart.
And so you get all those vegetables, and now we're kind of stacking that on top of the flavors of all these other fresh vegetables.
I would have never thought to do that. That's brilliant.
Right, it's not just a drink.
Right.
So, and then that dish was kind of inspired when I was in college.
Oh,
that could go
easy.
anyway.
Easy.
Right.
But I was
Practical,
at culinary school.
affordable.
You get homework like, here's 12 shrimp. Go cook these shrimp.
Oh my gosh.
So in culinary school, I had
That's
12
great.
shrimp. I went home, I opened my fridge, and all I had in there, because I was a college student, was a bottle of V8.
Okay.
So it was like a true sort of inspired dish. Another way is, instead of just relying on salt or fat, is to, have you heard of umami?
No.
Umami. I thought that umami was a Brazilian soccer star or a supermodel.
Right,
sounds like
right.
it
So
could
it could somewhere in the middle.
It probably is as well. There's a YouTube song.
She's
out
right
there
now
by
going,
Umami.
wow, that's odd.
Right. But it's the flavor, it's the scientific, it's the flavor of savory. And literally what makes your mouth water.
Okay.
So people think that's salt, but it's really, it's umami. So umami's naturally present in mushrooms, tomatoes, cheese, and it's quite honestly why things like pizza are delicious, because cheese and tomatoes are a big part of pizza.
Right.
Shellfish in the bouillon blais. I'm using some shrimp and some clams. So those are some quick tips on how to cook exciting food that's also not just good for you, but tastes delicious and exciting.
And I always wanted to ask a chef, because in my head I envision you always cooking extravagant meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Do you share your kitchen, A? And B, is it always has to be always over the top, or can you just make waffles one day? Is that allowed in your
Waffles
kitchen?
one day.
No, I mean that's like a gourmet meal for me,
question.
and I just don't know if that's something that chefs do.
I love waffles. Yeah, sharing. I mean, at home. I mean, I'm a different chef at home. I think that's kind of as I'm growing up as well. Like I mean, at home I cook simple food, and I think even what we're talking about with Campbell's is everyone has their own quick fire challenge at home. Everyone has to come home from work and has 20-30 minutes to throw together a delicious meal.
Yes.
So yeah, like that's something that's part of me as well. I cook simple food at home.
That's good to
And
know.
maybe elaborate's one of those weird words. Like what's elaborate? Like
What do you think?
like my hair recipe is elaborate. It's usually duck fat and liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, you lost me at duck fat. I don't know.
Well, now it's healthy request cream of chicken soup and liquid.
Okay,
Much healthier hair products.
Now tell me this, because I'm a mom of 4 little boys, and heart disease is in my family. My grandfather died at 47 of heart disease, so I have always been extremely aware. Really throughout my whole life, my mom always instilled in us, the kids, healthy eating, exercise. So being a part of this and being here for me is personal. I was wondering, is this personal at all for you, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it's personal. I mean, I lost 50 or 60 pounds over the last 5 or 6 years, so I don't know if you knew that. My wife was in her previous existence. No, it's not right. My wife was a personal trainer.
Okay.
And so when I was courting her, like I was trying to get the girl, right?
Oh,
so like the personal story is, I was a chubby chef who ate bad food, drank wine, ate pizza all night long, worked hard, tasted food all day long. So there is a personal story. Like I had to get back in shape.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you kind of develop those good eating habits when you're young, then you don't have to work backwards like I did. And now that I have a 3-year-old and 1-year-old, I have 2 little girls.
Yep.
I don't want them to have to work
Absolutely.
backwards that way. And it's a big thing. Even like school lunches and stuff like that. I mean, if enough cool kids like heart healthy food, then everyone's going to eat better because that's going to be the cool food.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
this
very
is
excited
great.
for the show.